to Var India News Hour. Today, let's talk on how payment industry is eyeing Asia as attractive for VC investors amid COVID-19. We are living in a time when information can become outdated pretty quickly, and that has become even more true because of COVID-19, where the world is under the arrest of novel coronavirus that is spread across countries. Partial and complete lockdowns have become a way of life in many countries, including India. During this difficult time, technology only strengthens the business to become something more than hardware or software. Since digital technology becomes more pervasive and companies move further in the journey of digital transformation, digital strategy and business strategy will be the same thing. Secondly, we have seen a huge shift from the consumers from across the globe embracing digital payments more than ever during the COVID-19 pandemic. Against this backdrop, the payment industry in the Asia-Pacific region remains attractive for venture financing. A report, Smart Money Investing in the Financial Services Industry Q1 2020, reveals that although there was decline in venture financing deals from 389 in Q4 2019 to 361 in Q1 2020, payment deals remained unchanged at 89 deals. This was due to increase in deals activities in the APAC region, with deal count increasing from 23 in Q4 2019 to 29 in Q1 2020. At the same time, we can't deny the fact that the COVID-19 pandemic has brought with it a significant increase in fraudulent activity. Let's see to the headlines in Var India. PM Modi to discuss coronavirus crisis with CMs on June 16-17. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will hold a fresh round of consultation with chief ministers next week as the country gradually emerges from coronavirus lockdown. The meeting comes against the backdrop of the rising number of coronavirus cases in the country. Trump considering suspending of H-1B visas. US President Donald Trump is considering suspending a number of employment visas, including the H-1B, most sought after among Indian IT professionals in view of the massive unemployment in America due to the coronavirus pandemic. Government's $40 billion plan to revive SMEs off to a slow start. Government's ambitious plan to provide $39.5 billion in loans to small businesses to boost the economy ravaged by the coronavirus pandemic has got off to a slow start, with banks disbursing only a tiny fraction of the available funds. Seems there are many bumpy roads ahead for the issue of collateral. Lenders have paid out just 122 billion rupees, barely 4% of the sum earmarked, and approved loans worth 242.60 billion rupees since the third week of May, according to Finance Minister's data released on Thursday. AWS announces general availability of the 6th generation of Amazon EC2 instances. Amazon Web Services Inc. announced the general availability of its 6th generation of Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud Amazon EC2 instances, with 3 new instances powered by AWS designed ARM-based Graviton 2 processors. The new general purpose N6G, compute optimized C6G and memory optimized R6G instances deliver up to 40% better price and performance over comparable current generation x86 based instances. Nexus Venture Partners leads $18 million Series A in Jiffy.ai. The Silicon Valley-based firm, which has offices in Bengaluru, Cochin and Tiruvananthapuram, into Unified Automation Enterprise platform Ziffy.ai has ranked in $18 million worth Series A funding, round led by Nexus Venture Partners. Rebright Partners and W250 Venture Fund also participated in the financing. Several high net worth individuals such as Sri Vishwanathan, Richard Galanti, Charles Goldman, Tony Thomas, Jim Brandy and Bob Ward also put in the capital in jiffy. Twitter suspends 1.7 lakh accounts containing fake information. Twitter has disclosed the removal of a fake network comprising over 1.73 lakh accounts that were linked to a state-backed campaign in China involved in a range of manipulative activities including spreading disinformation about the political situation in Hong Kong. It includes a core network of 23,750 highly active accounts as well as a large network of about 1,50,000 amplifier accounts used to boost the core account's content. SBI to offer more salary to CFO than CEO. State Bank of India has offered more salary for the CFO post than its CEO post after their former CEO stepped down. SBI has invited applications for the vacant post. The bank is also looking to hire a security officer for the new role of data protection officer it has created. For the CFO's role, SBI is looking to hire a chartered accountant with minimum 15 years of experience for a period of 3 years. Addy Chris Cox returns to Facebook as product head. Cox left Facebook in March last year after Mark Zuckerberg revealed a plan to transform Facebook into an encryption-focused messaging company. Zuckerberg shared Cox's Facebook post on Thursday, adding, "I'm really excited Chris is coming back to Facebook." MI unveils Notebook Pro 15 2020 with NVIDIA GeForce with 10th generation Intel Core i7 CPU. Xiaomi's MI Notebook Pro 15 2020 has been launched in China. It is powered by the 10th generation Intel Core processor and NVIDIA GeForce MX 350 GPU. Available in two configurations, MI Notebook Pro 15 2020 is a slim and light laptop that packs impressive specifications. Cyber fraud at Axis Bank swipes rupees 2 crores. A cyber fraud of over rupees 2 crores has happened in Axis Bank after a platform that it provides cooperative banks to facilitate funds transfer was hacked. The fraud was reported in respect of an account pertaining to Dhule Vikas Sahakari Bank. In a response, Axis Bank says the system requires authorization by a maker and a checker who both receive separate OTPs. Here, in this case, the funds were transferred without any OTP given. Remote working is no longer a benefit, luxury or convenience. It's also more than a current make-to for organizations looking to conduct business as usual. We argue that senior leaders will have to leverage this inflection point to drive sustainable competitive advantage for their organizations in the new normal. COVID Watch. India has again crossed the milestone in count crossing the 3 lakh mark and touching the total cases to 3,09,360 and the fresh cases hit a new record of 11,775 on Friday, while the death toll touches 8,896. To conclude, with rapid digitization, electronic payments tools are gaining prominence. This trend is more prevalent in emerging markets such as India and China, where a large number of consumers leapfrogged card payments by switching directly from cash to alternative payment modes. As a result, the payments industry in APAC will continue to attract investments over the coming years. At the same time, the target of cyber crooks are the personal and corporate banking customers, and there has been a significant rise in the number of phishing emails connected to COVID-19 being sent to customers. Emails that look like they are from the bank and that may be about financial support available in the wake of the pandemic, but which are actually a lure asking customers to provide or validate their account or identity information. Other emails may contain malware that downloads onto a customer's system once a link is clicked. Last but not the least, there has also been an increase in call center frauds. Fraudsters may engage in what we call social engineering, posting innocent-looking fun questions on social media platforms such as what was the name of your first pet, in order to gather information from the individuals that they can use to impersonate them with their bank or to make a false insurance claim. That's it for the day, and don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to War India News Magazine. Please download the War India app for the latest news and updates, which is available on Google Play Store. Stay tuned for more updates. Thank you very much.